There we go.
They come to Hawaii and they have it's just eating. I working on the system, the clubber. So a baby, 3%. That's okay. Yeah.
All you have to do is
Yes, I looked someone. They just sort of they up down. They seriously, I know.
I'm saying that they read. Like the top. Oh, so good to see you. Here.
See what it's like. Yeah. Yeah. I hello, Justin. Yeah, there we go. I think we're ready. I'm Paul Kellogg, and I am the celebration assistant for today because Stevie has a special opportunity today, which we'll find out a little bit more about later. I want to welcome everybody, whether you're joining us here in person or online. I'm just so happy you're here today. It's so great to celebrate together. And is there anyone new here for the first time? Coming today. You are? We want to welcome you. Unity Center is a place for practical, positive spirituality without dogma. We're a diverse community committed to living a positive spiritual path. We welcome you just as you are and recognize each person is on their own unique spiritual journey. If you haven't noticed, as you came in, there are welcome packets outside, so please pick up one of those. Contact sheets, donation envelopes, prayer request sheets, which, by the way, Stevie asked me to hold that up. This is a prayer request form. We really appreciate it if you have somebody you want to enter into that or yourself. These are really helping to stay organized with getting those prayers out. If you would like to be added to the email newsletter list or have a suggestion to share, drop your contact sheet in the prayer box under the painting in the back. You can also visit our website at unitydesmoines.com to learn more about the Unity movement. I think we're going to begin with a song. Oh, before we do, I have just one very special announcement to make, way ahead of all the other announcements. We want to welcome back Linda Lair. It's so great to have you back. You've been such a stalwart backbone pillar of the Unity energy here. So please reach out, and even if you don't know, introduce yourself, give her a hug. Welcome her back.
As long as you don't have sniffles.
As long as you don't have sniffles. That's the music.
I'm the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker that thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. thinker who thinks the thoughts to change these things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, team. So that, by the way, in case you noticed, there was lots going on up there on the screen. So thank you for your patience. And I think we're getting it together. So here are the announcements that I have for today. Number one, today at 4 p.m., the spring equinox big pyramid celebration is happening with Laura and Deb. How many of you enjoyed yesterday, the start of spring? Was that, yeah, it was amazing. Bike rides and everything. New volunteer sign-up sheets are on the Sunday bulletin board in the community room over there. Many hands make light work. Please consider a way you can contribute and put your name down for what works for you. Stevie can answer any questions. Thank you in advance. And also, let me read this little note, Stevie. Booklets on the 5 principles of prayer are in the atrium.
There's 2 booklets in the atrium.
There we go. Susan and Stevie are starting a celebration of spirit healing song circle on the 4th Thursday of every month. We are meeting this Thursday, March 26th at 6:30 p.m. Please come and join us. If you can breathe, you can sing. Come play. No excuses. If you're breathing, you are a singer.
What was the date of that again?
This Thursday.
This Thursday, March 26th. Lindsay Scott is having a community song circle on Saturday, March 28th. You have a lot of opportunity to breathe out through your mouth and let notes come. 26th and 28th. So you can read about her and the event in the newsletter and on the calendar at unidesmoines.com. Special events this week. Details and pricing, if applicable, are on the calendar at unidesmoines.com. Midday sound meditation at noon Tuesday. Deb Jennings. Thursday, March 19th. Chip Happens with a special guest.
Whoops. I should have picked last one. That happened. It was fun.
It happened.
This announcement, Chip already happened.
But next third Thursday he'll be up. He'll be back.
There you go. It's right here written down. If anybody is confused, please come and read it. You'll probably do better than I am. Sunday, March 29th, Spirit of Sound Immersive Sound Healing Experience with Olive and Deb. Save these dates. John Reddick is starting up the video series showing A Force More Powerful in April. I'm going to make this announcement. Common Thread happens on the first Thursday of every month. It's April 2nd. And the reason why I'm announcing it because I've been asked to speak there. So please come and enjoy us. We're going to do all kinds of fun techniques, and we'll announce more about that next week. Spirit Seekers Fair is May 2nd, and registration is open now. And big flyers are in the atrium for distribution. Half-page ones will be available next week. And our next potluck is May 10th. Regular events are on the calendar at unidesmoines.com to get added to that list. Fill out the sheet in the entryway and drop it in the prayer box. We truly are a co-created community and want to hear your suggestions and so on. And Stevie, you wanted to make an announcement about the art fair, right? Did you want to say something about the art fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's go to celebration. Who has something to celebrate? Stevie?
I'll turn on my mic. Well, we talked about Linda back. We also have some other prayers. The prayer team has gotten notice that is having an impact. And it thanks to people getting out of the hospital, having miraculous healings from things. And so we're gonna keep on praying. If you guys just keep giving those prayer requests and practicing effective prayer. That little booklet that I talked about in the atrium, if you want to take one, please feel free. And we're gonna put more out too, but that was like top of mind celebration. And then the art fair was last Saturday and it was so fun. We had live music all day. And it was just a time to connect and get to know each other. And everybody just said that they met. Neil was there. I've got some of Neil's, I got a piece of his in my bathroom now and stickers on my cup. So we're just such a creative, wonderful group. And I just want to celebrate that.
Beautiful. Any other celebrations? Come on. Who celebrated something?
Mercury is going direct.
Yay! There we go. Here we go. We got one.
I'm loud enough.
There you go. We want everybody here. There.
I'm finding out that when you have grandchildren and they're little and they run around, that's wonderful. But my oldest granddaughter has a real job.
Yay!
Would you call 911? She's gonna answer. Oh, wow.
That's to celebrate.
Okay, Mr. Sell.
So common a person answering 911. Anybody else? Celebration. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the person sitting beside me, it's birthday.
Yes, let's say this.
Yeah. Diane.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Diane. Happy birthday to you.
Anybody else? Celebration. Well, I have something to celebrate. Over the last many weeks, I have had at least 15 pounds of
Yes!
feeling amazing. And just to show the evidence of that, I had a friend a long time ago who was a physical trainer. One of his promotions was, if your belt buckle is parallel to the floor, you need to work out.
Oh,
So I want you to see, mine is vertical.
yay!
No angle, no nothing, it's now vertical. Anybody else celebrating? All right, let's do the statement of faith. There's only one power active in our life and in the universe, the divine source of all life and love. And the statement of the unity affiliation.
Unity of the mind is a radiating center of the divine light, mighty to attract its good and to radiate good to others.
That is the pinnacle of why we're all sitting here. And now, everybody take a deep breath and relax. And let's move into the spirit of oneness and back these people who are needing extra energy and support. Akira, Elena, Ali, Annabelle, Ben, Brittany, Buddhist, Carla, Seal, Chad, Daniel, Dennis, Dave, Dawn, Greg, Jack, James, Jan, Jean, Jennifer, Jenny, Jesse, Jody, and family. JP, Julie, Karen, Carrie, Kim and family, Kirsten, Christina, Laura, Larry, Linda, Lynn and family, Marty, Melanie, Mick and family, Muhammad, Matthew, Paul, Pam, Patrick, Peter, Rahima, Rob, Jasmine, Ray, Phyllis and Sharon, Randall, Rienzo, Celine, Sheena, Scott, Skylar, Susan, Terry, Victoria, and anyone who's having challenges that we know nothing about or needs that extra support of this high unity, love, and vibration. Keep them in your energies throughout the day.
Now let's go into our meditation. Sinking into the chair that you are in. Letting the body begin to relax. Taking a breath from deep within your belly. Breathing in peace, calm, and relaxation. And as you breathe out, let go of anything no longer serving your highest good. Continue to slow your breath down and elongate the exhale. And come in touch with that source of peace that is found within you. And as we enter our meditative state together as community today, do so with the thought of curiosity, awe, wonder of this world that we are in and our experience of it. Let your heart and your mind open to experience today fully in the moment, able to deal with whatever comes to you today with the flow, with the guidance from Spirit. Taking a few moments in the silence. And as you feel that peace that comes from going within and connecting with Spirit and sitting in silence, know and trust that all is well. And bring your awareness back gently, feeling balanced, aligned, centered, and grounded. Relaxed, refreshed, restored, renewed, and rejuvenated. You can gently stretch your muscles, open your eyes, and have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Deb. That was beautiful. Okay, we're going to read from the Daily Word. And by the way, you can get copies of this back in the back as well, right, Stevie? The Daily Word copies?
Packets, you can
Yeah.
order them online. You can order them at unity.org. And there's a link in the, actually, in the newsletter, there's a link to get your own free copy.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful words, beautiful words. So this particular daily word is taken from Colossians chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. So take a deep breath, relax, and just soak this in. It is comforting to remember no matter what may happen to me in the world, I am always whole. Even during times of illness or insufficiency, my true nature is divine wholeness. Worldly situations will always be in a state of flux, changing and shifting in ways I cannot control. I do what I can to tend to my health and other material needs, but I do not worry over things I cannot control. Instead, I rely upon my prayer life and other spiritual practices to claim my wholeness. This is the enduring truth of who I am, whole and complete, regardless of any outside circumstance or appearance. How liberating it is to know that I am secure in God and complete at all times, spiritually perfect and infinitely blessed. And so I'm going to share the affirmation from that chapter on wholeness and repeat it with me. So I'll say it first. Wholeness is the unshakable, eternal truth of me. All together? Wholeness is the unshakable, eternal truth of me. Keep that in your heart through the rest of the day. And now a little music.
Deeper, deeper into the heart of love. Deeper, deeper into the heart of love. Letting go into the mystery. Letting go into the mystery. Letting go into the mystery. Rising in love. Deeper, deeper into the heart of love. Deeper, deeper into the heart of love. Letting go into the mystery. Letting go into the mystery. Letting go into the mystery. Rising in love. Deeper. Rising in love.
Beautiful. All right. I don't know if you all know, but the Unity Center of Des Moines is also a sanctuary and vacation place, among other things, for many superheroes in our world. And one of them is your speaker today. She is one of the great pillars of this center at this time, part of the board. She does amazing work. So without any further ado from me, please welcome Stevie Wonder Woman Lang.
Wow. That is, I am embarrassed, but thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for doing such a great job. Thank you, Anne, for greeting. We didn't celebrate Laura and Dennis being back from Hawaii. We are so grateful that they're here. They brought some warm weather with them too. And Laura for jumping in on sound today. Thank you so much. We had something with the slides. We don't know, but you know what? We adapt and we move on and we embrace our wholeness. So, yes, and my son is here today. Like everybody, Linda's here. I mean, it's just wow. Hi, everybody. I am so grateful to be part of this community and be able to be in a place where I can explore my own divinity and my own humanity at the same time and watch so many other amazing people do the exact same thing. The title that I had or that came through for today was curiosity instead or not criticism. And I say that because there's been a tendency in my life, maybe you can relate to this, that something isn't the way I prefer it. And a response that in the past was natural was to pick it apart and to be, they should do that. And if only that hadn't happened to me. And if only the world was blah, 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 right? Pointing everywhere else and staying in a vibe of criticism. I've also had experience with being in the state of anxiety, which is using our imagination, our creativity, our divinity to put out into the world the worst case scenario. To worry, to feed the what's going to go wrong. And that's a thing, right? We can just own it. We can just say, that's something that I can do. I can choose to be as miserable as I want and to suffer as long as I want. But today, I'm going to talk about an alternative to that. Approaching with curiosity from a state of wonder, from a state of, what if I used my imagination to imagine the best case scenario, to hold space for cancer to be cleared, for someone to find health and be released from intensive care in the hospital? What if I imagined something happens in the world, someone uses an extremely offensive racial slur as if it's no big deal, someone gets shot, there's war, economy's crashing, right? We can just laugh. But what if I imagined a space where it all belongs? And in that, whatever the circumstance is, I can choose love. I can choose peace. I can hold the vision for whatever's happening to lead to the expansion of the consciousness of the entire planet. And maybe even beyond this planet. What if I imagined that through my own consciousness and my own belief system and my own heart, that it could vibrate out and touch every single person that I ever touched, and then every single person they ever touched, and then even beyond that, and people we can't even imagine and people we can't even touch, but that we're sending out this vibration, and all we have to do is be our own sovereign, our own curious, creative, awe-inspired sovereign. And it could have this positive ripple effect throughout the entire universe. What if we experimented with that? And anytime anything else came in, to own our power to choose our perspective. Have you guys seen the illustration where there's a 6 and there's a 9 on the floor, and there's a person on one side saying 9? Actually, it's not a 6, it's just one shape. And there's someone on the floor and it says 9, and there's someone on the other side and they say 6. They're both true from the perspective of where that person is standing. We, as our own human beings, as our own sovereign beings, we have the ability to walk around the number and look at it from the other perspective. There is an infinite number of ways that we can view circumstances. And for my life, I like to be happy. I like to be surrounded by people that appreciate who I am and have Paul tell me I'm Wonder Woman. The thing is, we're all wonder people. We are all, if you see something in me and you're like, wow, that's in you. The part in you that says, wow, when you look at someone else is also in you. It's not separate from you. It's in you. And that's what makes you go, wow. That's you recognizing your own potential to be and to do and to notice a desire. And we can always change perspective. Another, or a scripture that came through was also, was Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 and 8. And I printed it off. It says this: ask, and it will be given to you. Search, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened for you. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who searches finds, and for everyone who knocks, the door will be opened. It's a promise. I can speak to you. It's true.
And it goes on to say, is there anyone among you who, if your child asks for bread, you give him a stone? Or if a child asks for a fish, you give it a snake? So if you know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? For those of you who know me, know that I've had my journey with the Bible, the relationship with the Bible, and you may be on your own journey with it. But something that's become abundantly clear to me recently is that if I own my own divinity as principle one in the Unity 5 principles, that God is everywhere, absolute good, and present in everything, that means I am also a part of God. So when I read the scripture and I talk and I read about what God can do, what the Father can do, I can read it like that's what I can do. I can give those things to myself in the choices that I make in life, with the number one choices being just what I choose to think and believe. Because our thoughts feed our beliefs, and our beliefs feed our experiences. And no matter what we've been through, this has been a huge aha, like, wow, revelation in the past year for me, is that it does not matter what has happened in the past. It only matters as a way to unpack, to have some clues as to, oh, this is what was modeled for me, or this is what I learned from the past. So this might be what I tend to repeat in the future, and to identify subconscious beliefs. But at our core, we are whole, we are complete, and we are divine. That's it. Nothing else exists. Absolute good. At our very, very core, anything that looks different is not who we really are. And it's absolutely not a lifetime sentence of who we have to be. It does not matter how long we've struggled with something. This moment, right now, today, we can get curious about what if. What if I chose a different way of thinking, a different way of believing? What if I just looked at it from a different perspective? And I'll offer sometimes in a space of feeling struggle, choose the opposite perspective. When you think something's bad, say, I'm going to look at this as good. What do I see? What do I notice? Another curiosity question that's helped me is, what does this teach me about myself? What is this situation or this feeling that I'm having teaching me about what's important to me, about what my values are, what my passions are? How is this a chance to practice using my own sovereignty? I remember reading in a Buddhist daily reader at one point about how we learn compassion from our enemies. We don't learn compassion from people who agree with us. We don't learn compassion from people that we feel good being around. We learn compassion from the resistance. We get stronger mentally and spiritually by when we have those obstacles or things we perceive as obstacles, that we see them as opportunities. And Kevin, I'm going to talk about you for a minute. My son here in the front row has been my greatest teacher on that particular aspect. Because when he focuses in on his goal, there is no question on any level of any cell of his body that will be accomplished.
Okay.
It's not necessarily today, it's not necessarily tomorrow, but my son has zero doubt that what he sets out to do will be accomplished.
And yeah, it even says, of course. So he has taught me to be curious. What if I live like that? What if I lived in using my imagination for good and just seeing what happens? Having no doubt that my goodness is going to spread and letting go of how that looks, letting go of attachment to outcomes while still envisioning and holding space for all my needs to be met, for connections to be made, for love to be filling my heart. It is so cool to stand up here and see the head nods. It is so cool because my heart is speaking to your heart right now. We're experiencing the oneness in this moment, in this room. And it's such a gift to be able to come together in this way. How am I doing? I'm doing good on time, right? I've got the Five Principles book. I misspoke earlier and saying that you could get the Daily Word for free. You can get the Five Principles book for free from unity.org. It's part of the new member class that Vivian teaches a few times a year, but you don't have to wait for that class to be able to read these words and have benefit from it. I mentioned principle one, God is absolute good, everywhere present. The poster in the community room, which was made for kids and teens, words that God is absolute good, present in everything, everywhere. And in this little booklet, it talks about the story of Elizabeth Longo and her personal journey. Because that's one of the cool things that I love about being part of the Unity community is nobody's telling you this is the checklist that you have to follow. We're just saying, we're looking for a sense of purpose. We're looking for a sense of community. We're looking to amplify positive and good things in the world. And it's really great to do it next to someone else who also has that in mind. But we're ultimately all in our own journey. We are not ready to change that perspective, to change that belief system a second before we are. As Wayne talked about last week, did you say 100th of a second to shift consciousness level? But there can be a lot of seconds leading up to that 100th of a second. So we're all on a journey. So Elizabeth talks about, she lived in an ashram. She grew up with the Bible. She practiced Vedic teachings. She was on a search for truth, for purpose, for meaning. But she never felt the oneness. She didn't really feel it. She could intellectualize it, but she couldn't feel it. And then she said, one day after a group gathering, I was asked by a spiritual teacher what I wanted. Well, I had a huge list of wants. I thought I knew what I needed to be happy. When I was about to open my mouth, I disappeared. I don't know how much time transpired. What I do know is that I felt at one with all of life, and in an instant, I knew I was so much more than a body, my history, my experiences, and anything known. I was eternity appearing as me. And then everything returned to normal. That was her miracle. That was her awareness. And what I've learned is you can't rush awareness. You can be curious, and by you, I mean me. Anytime I say you, I mean me. Anytime I say me, I mean you. Because we are all one. We are all divine and human at the same time. Having the same kinds of experiences, but in our own unique energetic signature in this cosmic web of life. But we can't rush the awareness piece. What we can do is be curious. What does this button do? What happens when? What can I learn in this situation? What's this teaching me? Just staying in that space from a place of self-love and acceptance of all that is, that God is absolute good everywhere in everything, which includes me, which includes what I perceive as you. So we belong just as we are. It's a school, it's a learning experience. We're here to feel and to experiment. So my invitation to you today is to take full advantage of that opportunity. Elizabeth goes on to say that she says, Christianity resonated in my heart. Every part of my being was fired up at the discovery of the 5 spiritual principles taught in unity. Immediately, I knew this was my path to freedom. I knew with absolute certainty that God is all there is. The other 4 principles are to be embodied so that I can have full realization of my divinity within the human experience. Knowing that God is all there is, I relax. Like you're okay, exactly as you are in this moment. Any thoughts of that you're anything other than whole is just an illusion. And you can get curious, and by you I mean me. We can get curious about what happens if I give that part of me with all those worries and all those whatevers. What if I send it love? What if I look at it like a toddler that's learning how to walk? I've brought this up before, but it's so powerful. I'm going to keep bringing it up. All of us, whether it's our own child or another child that we know. I'm going to wipe my nose. It's allergy season. Please stand by. Oh my goodness. Okay. Toddlers. We've watched toddlers learn to walk. Have you ever seen a toddler fall and go, well, I guess I'm just not one of the walkers? I'm broken, I'm defective, I can't fit. All the other 5-year-olds are running around and skipping, but I just keep falling down, so I guess I'm just broken. No, they fall and they get up. And they've got parents that are around there and like hold on to the little finger. And at a certain point, your fingers are not doing anything other than the child feeling like you're holding them. But there's like no weight on the fingers. It's just the idea that they're not alone and they can do it. So what if we looked at ourselves like toddlers learning to walk? And if we fall or trip or fall down, we just go, whoopsies, I'm learning. Get back up and try a little different technique. Or try the same technique, but try it again to get stronger so it's more natural. And just like those toddlers learning to walk, with time and practice, unless there's some kind of neurological situation, which is its own thing, eventually they jump and skip and even run. And their bodies, to varying degrees, can do amazing things. But no one was born walking. We all had to go through what we had to go through to get that skill set. So it's the exact same with our mental and spiritual development. The thing that's different about mental and spiritual development is it doesn't quite follow the same path for every single person. It's not quite as generalized as far as a timeline. But as Wayne talked about last week with that map of consciousness and what I've experienced in sharing stories, heart to heart stories with other people in their journey, there is an order of things to gaining awareness and gaining a sense of I'm okay exactly as I am in this space right now, no matter what's going on around me or in the world. I'm okay here and now. And I'll share that because maybe you will identify kind of a space that you're on in the journey. First is feeling broken. First is feeling like I am a disaster of a human being that will never figure it out. Nobody loves me. I can't do anything right. That's kind of the first thing. And that's the bottom. That's the brokenness lie that helps get us up to the next thing, that motivates change. Because if it felt good in the dark or not aware space, we may not be motivated to do anything different. So if you're relating, maybe you're online or maybe you're in the audience right now and you're relating to I'm a disaster, everything's a mess, everything's broken, congratulations, you have begun the journey. Next is this space of experimentation, of just, does this work for me? Does this work for me? Kind of grasping, looking for someone else to give the answer. Because that's what we've been used to, and probably where the brokenness feeling came from is somebody in your life and your development told you you were broken, told you were defective if you didn't do X, Y, Z. And so then that got internalized and there's some childhood trauma, right? So our next thing is, okay, who can I listen to outside of myself that will tell me how to be that's different than that, but I don't like, you're looking for someone else to tell you. Next is they're all just trying to figure it out. No one has the answers. Right? You relate to this. Disillusionment. I thought this group had the answer. I thought this spiritual teacher had the answer. I thought this practice was the way. And it's like, man, nobody can tell me what to do. Like it doesn't, there's this problem, there's this hypocrisy, there's whatever. They're not doing it perfectly. And then where I'm at right now, in that I've been through those things, is a place of, okay, what's true for me? If I'm the only one living this life and this body and this human experience with this divinity, what's right for me right now? What's possible if I believe in miracles? If I believe imagining the wellness and wholeness of everyone and everyone embracing that, or specifically send energy to someone, what's that button do? Now, beyond that, I can't personally speak to. But I am optimistic about what's next. And I invite you to embrace and love yourself fully, unconditionally. Approach life with curiosity. Love yourself, love each other. And I thank you so very much for having me up here today.
Oh my, oh my. I told you, wonder people. And let me get back to this checklist here.
Sorry.
I think we have music next, right? No? Hold on.
We do, but it's.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. If you would like to share your resources with Unity of Des Moines, now is your opportunity to do so. And by the way, those resources go to building the energy of everything we've talked about today, the wholeness in our community. So whatever you can do to be supportive, if you do not have cash, or joining us online. We also accept donations via Venmo at Unity-Des Moines or through our website, unitydesmoines.com. Our congregation is community supported, and we have faith that whatever we need is always provided. Whether your contributions are physical, energetic, and or spiritual in nature, we offer this affirmation. Do I say that now?
My love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I thankfully acknowledge the divine source.
And now is
I'm really fortunate to go to a place in the winter where scientists say there's the largest occurrence of rainbows. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you're gonna find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly somewhere over the rainbow. Why, oh why can't I?
right. You did it? Yeah. Okay, I'd like all of us to put your hands out. Now let's all bless this offering because it's all to the benefit of all of us. It's all prayer energy in there.
I dedicate this
This offering.
to do the work of spirit and truth through the people of Unity Center of Des Moines, and we are grateful.
Thanks, Stevie. And Deb.
So if you'd like to stand and join me, we'll be doing the universal greeting of peace. I'll say the words in the hand motions and you can repeat them back. I offer you peace.
I offer you peace.
I offer you love.
I offer you love.
I offer you friendship.
I offer you friendship.
I see your beauty.
I see your beauty.
I hear your needs.
I hear your needs.
I feel your feelings.
I feel your feelings.
My wisdom flows from the higher source,
My wisdom flows to the highest source,
and I salute that source in you.
and I salute that source in you.
Let us work together for unity and love.
Let us work together for unity and love.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, that concludes the service for today. I invite everyone to get up and create a big circle all around the world, all around the room. And there's snacks over in the TV room, so please stick around. Meet and greet everybody.
The light of the vine surrounds us.
The love of the divine unfolds us. The power of the divine protects us. The presence of the divine watches over us. Wherever we are, the divine is, and all is well. Everything else in the chair.
We got 2 rows of 6 in the back, all this chairs. It's free, even our sleep, it's all free today.
Town.
It's your life, see you next week.
A month. You read the front, back of the door for 2 years. Afterwards, it's all about great.